I'm ready.
30, 97 seconds. We're here. We're alive.
Bays Boys Podcast.
It's a thing.
Today's host, Tyler, I don't know.
Listen, this is our first announcement.
Oh.
We're just going right into it.
Hit it.
We need a new show. So if you can write us in, tell us what the new show is going to be about. I'm thinking cooking.
Oh, are we going back to this thing
Maybe
again?
cooking, sewing, something.
Okay.
Because you keep attracting weirdos to the show. And now that these people are messaging me constantly with ghost stories and ghost videos,
that's what we're
chat
supposed to be about.
boxing. Why they don't message you then?
Because they're messaging the show and you respond.
Very good. Oh, wonderful.
You're in control of all that.
We're going to need a new show.
All right.
So if you can come up with a new thingy and let us know, we'd be greatly appreciative.
I'm not appreciative.
Listen,
Tyler might be.
We've given these fools enough business.
No.
Glowing bars.
No, there's
rentable Jesuses.
Yeah, listen. Those are
bath
business
bombs
ideas.
galore.
Those are business ideas.
Right. So I'm saying now they need to give us some.
Oh.
Right, in trade.
That's
they
fine.
have like 6,000.
I'm not changing the show.
Well, listen, we have a couple of people that have written in.
Oh, I'm interested.
Oh, well, our first one was our friend Ringo, who says that he would like to bust out the Ouija at the party.
No. Sorry.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Just over with
Party's
it, huh?
canceled.
Oh, well, that's what I'm saying.
I appreciate the fact that he took the time to write in and was like, let's go do this. I'm not scared. That's awesome.
What if we just became a Ouija board manufacturer?
No.
Is that weird?
Yes.
Would you sign them all?
No, I would not.
What if I offload them off site and then have you sign like a piece of wood that's going to get made into the board? Would you put your name on it?
No.
And it's just the board right now.
No, because I don't want any of that coming back to me.
But we're going to let these people keep messaging us with ghost boxes and shit.
Hey, that's fine.
And we're going to go looking for ghosts.
I don't have a problem with that. I don't know.
Something's wrong with this. I'm unclear of what the fuck we're missing, but we're missing something.
You have rules to live by, and so do I.
There's something we're missing here because here's our first email.
Okay.
From who the fuck is this? Let me see. I gotta get.
Be careful about name drops.
Oh well. Anyways, listen. This is from one of the Basement Weasels. He says, "I've gotten into punk recently because of Screeching Weasel.
Okay.
I like the queers as well, but I'm very new to the genre. What punk bands do we recommend?"
Start off with the Misfits.
That's what you're going to throw at him?
That's an easy one to start with.
Not even the Rogues first?
No, I mean, you want to talk about classic punk?
Oh, we're talking classic?
Classic stuff?
Ooh.
If you want to go back, I mean...
Look, isn't Rogues like 20 years of classic?
Oh, my God, listen. That's yes, they are. But what I'm saying is, you can start with something that's middle of the road. It's not too extreme one way or another, right? Start with the Misfits. Hell, you could even start with Project 19... What is it? What did I tell you? 1959?
1950? Something like that.
Yeah, start with that album. Just start with that album.
The remake.
And go from there.
It's a remake. It's a good one, though.
It's a good one. Just start with that. That's easily digestible for somebody new into the genre.
Well, if he likes the Screeching Weasels.
Right.
What do they sound like?
Not like that.
They don't sound like that?
No, they don't.
No.
Screeching Weasels are good.
All right, well.
I'm just
saying. He's starting with the Misfits?
And if you've already listened to the
yeah, what if he's already done the Misfits? What if he's already doing Halloween?
I mean, listen, there are a lot of good ones that I put up on my playlist. Just pick one of those bands off that playlist and go from there.
Yeah. I mean, if he really wants punk, though, I think he should just start with Blink-182.
Oh, did you really just do that? Did you just really do that?
Oh, man, listen, I don't want to tell people your favorite bands and stuff.
Okay.
I just,
All right. How about The Offspring while you're at it?
Yeah.
Blind Melon.
Later on, I'm going to film Joe Skelly doing some ollies off the curb in his Vans.
Yeah, right.
So that's going to happen.
Listen, I'm just saying.
Ponyboy's like shaking his head. He's like, neither one of you two can fucking ollie. Get out of here.
Ponyboy's like, fucking pissed.
Sad.
He's kicking trash cans right now.
Right.
I'm just saying, an easily digestible album. Start with a Misfits Project 1959.
I think it's 1950.
Or, I texted
Yeah,
you earlier.
you can't give my man the wrong stuff.
Hold on.
But while he looks that up, let's go to the next one. We've got another one from the Basement Weasel, the Joe Weasel. He says, what constitutes as an extreme sport? Is it physical demand, the uniqueness, the inherent danger associated with it, or possibly something else? With all that said, was an extreme sport that should be more mainstream? What about that extreme sport?
Project 1950. Sorry.
1950? Oh, okay.
Project 1950 is the album name.
So what about that extreme sport of that guy falling out of the tree and just hitting a bunch of 2x4s with his balls?
Yeah.
That's pretty extreme.
That was a Japanese game show.
I don't think that should be
And it
more
wasn't a
mainstream.
tree. It was
though.
like a giant platform that he jumped off. Like that's
Perfect.
That's not. That's
Is that
not
even a game?
That's not even an extreme sport.
Is it a sport even?
No, it's not a sport.
That's like an ass whooping sport.
No,
That's
it's not a
like
sport.
jackass
It's a
stuff.
game show.
It's a game show?
Yeah, it's a game show.
Oh,
It's not
okay,
even a
okay.
sport, so that
So
doesn't
what's
even
it,
count.
what is an extreme sport? Like downhill mountain biking?
Downhill mountain biking, those trick skiers,
The trick skiers shooting guns, chasing Arnold.
I don't know about those.
Right.
But I mean, so what was the question again? I'm sorry.
Basically,
What should be more mainstream?
What constitutes as an extreme sport? What should make it? What are the attributes something needs to be an extreme sport? And what should
I would
what
say
should we bring
is
more to
motorcycle
the
racing an extreme sport?
Well, then that would make racing an extreme sport.
All right. So are we just calling X Games extreme sports?
Maybe. Like something like biking, like you're biking again. Now
Like
we're back
doing
to the
jumps
thing.
and all
trials
that
and all that other
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. What should be more mainstream? The problem is it's not. None of those extreme sports are going to be mainstream because it doesn't hit that middle group of people who are like football, baseball, basketball. And if it doesn't fall into those genres, they might go and watch and be like, "Oh, that's cool." Hey, bull riding. That's an extreme sport to me.
Ooh, that is a good one.
Bull riding.
That's not as mainstream anymore.
It's never been mainstream.
You don't think so?
No.
Come on, bull riding back
Maybe
in the
after
day.
the movie 8 Seconds came out.
Right. People were super into it.
Right.
The cowboy fashion thing. You can't throw a rock without hitting 25 Walmart cowboys.
Right.
So
Right.
that's
But-
which one's bigger, cowboys or hip hop heads now?
Right.
Like,
I mean, I
you
still
know.
go to rodeos and watch them because they're fucking badass.
Really? How
Right.
many rodeos have you been to this year?
One.
Because I've been to none.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You couldn't make it.
Yeah, that's true. We were busy. That doesn't matter.
Okay.
You should have brought the rodeo to me.
All right.
Uh-huh.
And it was a miserable night anyway. It was cold and rainy. But they still did
It was probably the company.
Right, and but that's still extreme. Hey, they didn't care that it was cold. They didn't care it was rainy, and there was like 2 foot of mud in the ring. They still did it.
Listen, those South American rodeos are even crazier.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I mean, there are a lot.
Okay,
I
that
mean,
is an extreme sport. Yeah, that is.
All right, an extreme sport is a sport where you
That
could
is a good
possibly
one.
die. How about that?
Yeah, but see, like, is parachuting a sport?
Skydiving, in
Is that
theory,
considered a sport?
I would consider it a hobby. I wouldn't consider it a sport. There's no game.
Yeah, there is
In
no
order
game.
for there
It's
to be a
just an
sport, there has to be
executable.
a game, right?
That makes sense, I guess.
For bull riding, you get points.
Yeah, bull riding. I mean, how long can you stay on the bull? That's literally the game.
Right.
Always been the bull or the
Right.
game. On the bull.
Riding bucking broncos, same thing.
Right. All right. Well,
I mean,
if you do any extreme sports, write the show. If
I
you've
mean,
ever participated,
those people that do that, like that Red Bull downhill mountain biking thing in like South America, where they literally come down the mountain and then go through the city.
oh,
on the
yeah,
side of the
yeah,
mountain.
that
You know what I'm
shit's-
talking about? That
That's a
shit's
sport.
wild as fuck.
That's just straight racing.
Yeah.
So
So
I guess that's a sport.
I guess racing's a sport then.
Right. Oh, I thought we were going to go back more towards the gladiators and the test-filled big
Combat
people
sports or
knocking-
combat sports,
Is
extreme
that,
sports.
is getting shot in the face with a tennis ball combat related?
What
I didn't
sport
know
is
that.
What sport is?
That's gladiators.
Oh,
Them
gladiators.
shooting each other. With the
Oh, well, you're talking
remember?
about American gladiators.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah,
I'm
no.
thinking about
Bye-bye.
Rome.
You went way back.
Yeah,
No, I
you
was
went
going
way back.
90s. You went like.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, sorry, my bad. No, I was thinking about the documentary we watched with all those They didn't know what to do with us the minute we were injured. They just carried us off and put us backstage with some ice.
Right, pretty much.
Like,
We didn't
if they
even
could find it.
We didn't even have Band-Aids on the set.
Bro, that's wild.
Right.
Especially because we grew up watching that show as a kid. I used to think of like, you know, I mean, well, the parts that I thought about were true. They were going backstage and partying like rock stars, but the healthcare part, not so much. You know,
Right.
Nobody wants to talk about the no healthcare part.
Right. All right. Is base jumping an extreme sport?
See, but now you're back to the jump again.
Yeah.
I think the game.
Maybe if they rated you on tricks or flips or something that you did.
Yeah. Okay. So base jumping with no rating, not a sport. Base jumping with a rating, definitely a sport.
Right.
Because now you're getting into the waters, no pun intended, of high diving.
Right. Okay.
High diving's a sport, right? Could be considered extreme. It's extreme because if you fuck up, you're going to get that Russian belly flop. That's not a war pun. That's just a fucking belly flop joke.
Right.
But, you know, I like watching those GoPro videos of those guys jumping off 10 stories and shit.
Blah.
Bro.
Yeah.
And I like it when it's dudes who
Or
are
when the
like
guys
not
do-
in shape at all.
Oh,
and they just look like they got up today from their Xbox game and they're like, yeah, we're going to jump 40 stories today. I'm like, homie, did you do anything today to be ready for this? Or did you just show up?
You just showed up.
You just showed up. You're like, how many stories is it?
You're
Okay.
sick. You're sick in the head and had no fear.
And yeah. Yeah.
And just because you have no fear doesn't mean you have skill.
Right.
Well, what about those people that do extreme cliff diving or try to set world records for jumping, 12 stories or
into water or
into a
something?
tiny little hole at the bottom of a waterfall?
No, that can't be real still.
Well, there are some people that do it.
Oh my.
Yeah, but people forget, dude, you can only jump so high before it's like hitting concrete.
Right. They had another one of those climbers die the other day.
Oh, well, you know what? Free climbing. That's an
climbing,
extreme
yeah.
goddamn sport, even though you don't get rated.
What about parkour racing?
I don't know about parkour racing, but I watch those idiots parkour on rooftops and almost die.
You love it.
I have no interest in it.
How many times have you parkoured?
Never.
How many times have you swam with the sharks?
A whole bunch.
Same difference.
Okay.
One involves gravity, one involves gravity of jaw.
Right. Okay.
Jaws.
Whatever.
Jaws, yeah,
Whatever.
yeah. Either way, both looking to die.
Yeah, you could die.
So they had another one of those guys who's real famous for doing the 100-story bare knuckle climbs in tennis shoes and Nike sweatpants.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Guess what he died from, ironically?
I have no idea.
Yeah, no, you do.
Cholera?
No, hell no. He fell off a fucking building. What do you think? The fuck do you think?
Why'd you post it like, guess what he died of?
Exactly.
Ironically, it
It
wasn't
is the fucking thing you thought it was.
I was going to say, I thought it was going to be something dumb.
Is that right?
Like he was crossing a street.
Oh, it was dumb.
Yeah.
It was dumb. A man was hanging off the side of something.
And just fell.
I think he tried to do a backflip and missed.
Well, there you go, my man. There you go. Hope it was worth it.
Do you think it's like the highest dopamine drop he's ever received as he falls to his death for what's the time? 2-3 seconds?
Well, you fall 80 foot a second.
Oh, so how high do you think they are? Like maybe 200? So 2 seconds? There you go.
Yeah.
You got 2 seconds
Yeah.
to have the fastest adrenal drop you've ever had.
And then it's over.
And it's
Good night.
over.
Good night.
It's the fastest fucking come down you've ever had too.
Oh, my God.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. Fuck all that.
What about those kids, man? I mean, I'm impressed.
With
I
what?
mean, those kids.
Climbing skyscrapers?
Yes.
They make rigging
still
for that.
Still impressive.
Oh, okay.
Those are the few people I think could be Batman. Right. Find me some more.
The modern day Batman.
Did you see those 5 or 6 dudes hanging from the 500 fucking floored story building skyscraper, hanging there like little fucking...
Oh, the workers? Because
Yeah,
their
because the
scaffolding
building fell?
collapsed? Yeah. No, fuck all that.
Bro.
Guess what? I wouldn't be going.
Those guys might be able to be Batman.
I won't go back to work the next day. I can promise you.
Oh, do you think
If they made it out,
Do you think any of them just gave up the job that day?
if they survived,
A man's was hanging like 3/4 a mile up in the air. At least that's how it feels.
yeah. Well,
We're going based on feeling, not fact, people.
right. But
Our
whatever.
fact checkers are out today.
If he made it, I'd be going.
If
to
they
look
made it, it was a whole fucking team.
I know. If they made it out, I'd be looking for work at 7-Eleven the next day.
Right. No stress,
I
no
just wanna
problem.
punch keys on a key on
Yep,
our
yep.
cash register.
No second floor.
Right.
I think about it all the time. How many jobs I've had to turn down, they were like, you're going to work on the 5th floor. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm going home. See ya. Nope.
Oh,
Clean up this dog shit.
Hey, listen,
No, I'm
and
good.
that goes back to my whole, why did they get rid of the escape hatch and fucking elevators?
Well, we need those.
There was some comfort knowing that I might be able to self-rescue from an elevator that
from
got
an
stuck.
elevator?
Yeah.
Well, you just got to carry a EDC crowbar, slips in your back pocket, and then you can pry those elevator doors open and do the saw.
Okay.
Halfway crawl?
Yeah, no, and then the elevator.
So if you do the halfway
cuts
crawl,
you in half.
if you do the halfway crawl, which half goes first?
Head first, always.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're just gonna crawl with the head first?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's so scary.
I'm just leaving it like that.
Like like it's almost natural, not natural selection. It's a natural
You can
like
live without your
protection.
legs.
Right? You're like fuck the legs, leave them last. That's what's going on right now.
Right, yeah. You can live without your legs.
Woo!
You can't live without your...
I was just wondering,
You can't live
like,
without your torso.
if it was already creaky, would you do the legs first just in case it was gonna
No.
go? No, he's
Never.
like no.
Never.
Oh, okay.
You can live
Oh.
without your legs, homie. I've seen it.
Oh man.
Just saying.
Oh man. Hey, what'd you think about that video? What was that video we watched earlier?
We got any other mail?
Yeah, this is part of that.
Okay.
What was that video we watched earlier?
Which one?
Well, the one about the deer crossing.
Why'd you talk about...
What do you think about those? So
so-
there's multiple
Hold on.
calls.
So a listener submitted a video.
A listener submitted a video. Thank you for writing us. But
We truly appreciate
It's
it.
an old school video. It's not an old school video, but it's an old school theme.
I've heard, but before I've seen this video, I've heard this before.
Right.
And I'm like, there's no fucking way.
multiple. I've heard multiples.
So why don't
through
we
the
explain
years.
the video?
Every once in a while, you'll get a call for a live radio show, and someone will call in during deer
Or
season.
it's like a recorded 911 call.
Right. And they'll call in. Well, it's usually radio that because they're talking about the idea of moving deer crossings.
Right. We've all seen the signs that have the deer crossing sign, right? And
Mm-hmm.
it's to give you a warning that deer cross through this area.
Mm-hmm.
But somehow these listeners think that they put the signs there so the deer would know to cross at that point.
And that by designation of sign said somewhere else, we could resolve said traffic issues.
Right. They're like, this is so dumb. Why don't you just move the fucking sign down the street so
To
the
where
deer don't get...
there's no driving, there's nothing going
Right,
on.
so the deer don't get hit by cars. Or you can notch it up like some of those foreign countries that built bridges across highways
Oh, there you
for
go.
animals to cross.
Right.
You think if they put the sign in front of the bridge that the animals would know to cross?
that it would help.
The
dude,
the deer would be like, oh,
Do you
they put a
think-
bridge in for us. Let's go across here.
Do you think in Europe people call and they're fucking pissed because the deer don't use their little bridge? They're like, this fucking piece of shit 12-point fucking jaywalking. I almost got him, motherfucker. You know what I
Fucking
mean?
asshole. Why didn't he use the goddamn bridge we built? Oh, that's fucking dumb, but it's funny as shit. First of all, if you get mad that you think because you think the state put a sign very specifically in a place for the deer to cross, you need to go back to high school. Or you need to go back to middle school, something, right?
I don't know
First
if it
of
would
all-
help. It's public education.
So you're admitting to me that the deer in this country read pictographs in English, right? I did not know that deer were smart enough to read English, where
Right.
they know to cross only at that spot. That's pretty
Right.
amazing.
Right. Listen.
Somebody needs to have a sit down with you and
Big-
explain to you how nature works.
Bigfoot knows.
Bigfoot crossings.
Bigfoot knows.
Oh, yeah.
He knows where to cross and not to cross. I saw one of your peoples the other day. He had a Bigfoot sticker, but the Bigfoot sticker was the American flag pattern. It was cool. And of course, it was on a truck.
Oh yeah, one of my people.
Yeah. Bigfoot people.
Okay.
I can see that Bigfoot emblem a mile away now. Now that I know like that's an official thing.
Oh yeah.
The little lurchy emblem.
Yeah.
I see it everywhere now. I see him on little people's things. I see him
Like
here. I
you
see
see,
him there.
like you see
Remember?
Texas license plates everywhere.
Oh, every fucking day. Remember the Bigfoot guy? I saw had the full tattoo on his leg at the Elton John show.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
Yep. Had to tell him. I was like, man, my business partner really loves your Bigfoot tattoo, and he's never even seen it. But I could hear him in my head.
Now, the other video that was listener submitted was a bunch of people standing around trying to figure out who could clap the loudest.
In prison.
Listen,
It's not the loudest. It's the cleanest.
whatever. I've been practicing my clap for years. And I did it initially.
And
Hold on. I learned how to clap loudly out of disdain, right? You know when you're supposed to clap for something, but you really don't want to clap?
right.
I learned to clap super loud so I could be louder than all the other people clapping, but I would do the slow, loud clap to show my disdain. And I've coined it the thunder clap. And I'm sure there are people who can attest to how loud the clap is, who are like, fuck, that's fucking loud.
So you're saying that a lot of people have received the clap from you and know that it was powerful,
Yes.
potent, vibrant, and very colorful.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all.
Just kidding.
All right, here we go.
All right, so
Here we go.
listen. You and I both know that's not what we're talking about. That's not the listener view, whatever fucking video that person submitted. The video was titled "Boys Will Be Boys," so all you've done is given her more affirmation by telling her that you've hypered your own clap noise. This was a clap video of 11 motherfuckers trying to produce a single solidarity clap with two different people. And now you have proven, though, that even when we're alone, we produce our own claps. The show's over. What the fuck is the timer? The show is over. Evidence.
9 minutes in.
Yeah, 9 minutes in. The show is bad.
We're already done.
We haven't heard from Sensei Seagal. We have no ambergris.
No.
We can't give out any more red cards.
Bobby Mackey's is closing.
Bobby Mackey's is closing.
It's official.
Putin has not returned any of my fucking phone calls, so I can't get his signature on the certificates yet.
For the Putin dough.
To pass those out.
Yeah.
Even though we are the only two living members of Putin dough who are allowed to bring it to America.
In the country.
We're basically Steven Seagal if Steven Seagal had been Japanese and come here.
Yes.
And not brought a martial art, but we brought a martial art. Wait.
Yep.
Let me rephrase this. We're
rephrase
getting better. We're basically Bruce Lee. If Bruce Lee was not 5'5" Chinese and coming from China,
Right.
and he was Russian and brought it to us.
Oh.
So he's Bruce Lee and Putin, and we're basically Bruce Lee's students.
The first ones.
I could be like Paul Vunak.
The very first one.
Yeah. You could be like Dan Inosanto
All right.
because he's more Asian-y.
Okay.
That would make sense.
That would make sense.
Because I can't be him because I'm the Asian guy, so it's not cool. They're just going to tell us that we're both stickling and like, we're being unfair.
Right.
It's racist if you're not the Asian guy and I'm not the white guy.
Right. I get it.
Right.
I get it.
So we're famous. Putin dough
we still
certs
gotta-
are on hold.
We still have to practice escaping the burning building from the Russian smoke grenade.
We have to find a bear.
Yep. We got to find a bear.
Sensei Seagal has to come into town.
Yep.
He's busy with Dennis Rodman and the North Korean short treasures roll. Fuck, he's doing.
But he's
over
over
there.
in Dubai right now.
Oh, he's in
With
Dubai
that
now.
guy he keeps beating up.
Listen, man. We don't talk about this, but like you've seen the pictures of Dubai's streets. That place is not looking that great.
No.
It's starting to look like South Central.
What, Dubai?
Yes.
Oh, I haven't seen the streets of Dubai.
Oh yeah, because all the pictures they filter to you are great. There's actual footage now of like shit that's going on over there where it's all rich fanatical drunks.
Well,
They're just ruining shit.
oh, well.
They're just ruining shit. I heard like there's tons. You got to go look it up. I don't even want to talk about it. It's weird. It's weird. People are leaving Dubai to move to California.
What?
Swear my hand to God.
All right.
I speak to one of them personally. It's weird.
I'm
it's
intrigued.
a weird I'm intrigued. Of course, she left the UK to go to Dubai, so I'm not 100% sure where the parallel is here. And I think she's still stepping up because she came to America finally, but I'm still very perplexed.
What drove
Right,
that? What
right,
drove that? All right.
Right. Why are you not in Dubai anymore?
Yeah, good question.
We should go to Dubai.
Maybe they got in trouble.
Right.
Well, the cops drive like Lambos and shit.
Right. And that I think they are aren't they one of the ones that's experimenting with those hoverboards now?
Yeah, and they also got the robot cops.
Oh, don't get me started on the dick robots again.
No, it's like different.
Fucking Bill Gates.
Yeah. How about any other listener submission?
No, I think that was all of it.
No, I'm pretty sure. I think there's another one.
What's the other one?
Oh, you got to pull it out. I think there's one or two more in there. I don't want to leave anybody behind this weekend.
Oh, that's right. Check this one out. One more here from our boy, Loom. A college student made a project for a tech fair that were condoms that would change color whenever it detected an STI. And it was color coded for each one. Wait, sexually transmitted, what does an STI mean?
They changed it. It's no longer STD. Yeah.
What's I? Infraction?
No,
Sexually-
infection.
Oh, it's just STI. But how's STI Pistols going to feel about that?
I don't know.
Oh, well, you know what? Those fucking guns were herpes anyways. Let's move on.
So here's my question on this.
This doesn't work.
No. Here's my question. Does it work both ways?
Okay, well.
So if you put it on and it changes colors, does that mean you have an STI?
Yeah, well, here's the other question, too. If it does work both ways, now they're dual system.
Listen,
so how do you...
If I'm a chick and you roll that thing on and it changes colors, we're done.
out. You're out.
We're done.
Yeah.
But if I'm a dude and all of a sudden it changes colors, the question is it too late? Or at least you know what you've been exposed to and now you can go to the doctor.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense.
No, it makes more sense than not knowing.
Do you think we could make a new Russian roulette game where you put it on and don't look till the end? Is that a thing? What color is that? I'd like to coin that, please. Nobody, trademarked, etc., etc. Nobody can take that one.
Nobody can
take. That's mine. It's mine, you motherfuckers.
So then why don't
Guess you're surprised, bitches.
Then stop wearing it.
Well, no,
then don't even wear it.
Listen, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't make any fucking sense. That doesn't. Listen.
No, because now you can say you know what you were exposed to.
No, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Do you know why?
Why?
Think about it. Walk through the process. Now, listen, Joe Skelly, we're about to get real personal.
Oh, Lord.
And I don't want to outski you.
No, you don't out me on nothing.
But I'm gonna give you a little bit of education. You see,
bring it on.
These things that they labeled that can show you if there's a whatever, they only work one way. You see, because only one person can put it on, right? At least in our world. You know, there's some other worlds out now where other people can, but in our world, only one person can wear it.
Yes.
So if that person wears it and it triggers.
When they put it on initially, or
right.
after things have been going on?
Initially.
Oh, then the partner knows. Stay away from that.
But that's my point. I'm getting to the next part, because as normal in the process, before I've never put one on. Well, that's just the obvious. But I've never put one on and then taken it off and then said, "Here, you try now." That's my point. So if I put it on,
I think you're not understanding.
How does it test?
You put it on.
Is this only for men?
Yes.
That's stupid.
The man puts it on.
So there's no savior for me. That makes no sense.
You start to have fun, and all of a sudden it starts changing color while you're having fun.
Dumb.
That's letting you know you're currently being exposed.
It makes no sense, though.
Why?
Because if it triggers when the male puts it on before he's with the female, then the male's screwed. But if it doesn't trigger the male and then it triggers after they've already had intercourse, now the male has to ask, like you said earlier, am I fucked?
Well, no, you just know you are, and now you got to go to the doctor and go, this is
it
turned
hell
purple,
no.
Which means I've been exposed to this.
I'd rather just have 3 weeks of thinking I scored great then, because if you're just going to fuck me right out the gate, you're just ruining all the lore.
Oh.
This is ridiculous.
Okay.
Listen, when I go to Vegas and I'm with those girls that clean those firemen's poles, okay, I don't want to fucking know if the cleaner's still on the cleaner, you know? That's ridiculous. It makes no sense.
All right.
Who are they trying to save here?
You.
They're not saving shit.
You don't want to be
because
saved.
when no, I'm saying it's not saving shit. When the innocent guy puts it on and he gets cleared to go, what? Girls have never ever gave a man an STD before.
Well, no,
but that's my point. You said it. If how do I test a girl without? You can't.
That's what the condom's for.
It's illogical then. Then that makes no sense.
It's too late. Is that what you're saying?
What are you going to stop 3 pumps in and check? Let me get a dipstick, baby. 5 minutes. Here, I got one for my hand real fast. Like, come on. It's not going to work. How embarrassing it is if you are that guy and you try it. You're walking around with 2 now. You're talking around with 2 of the big J's. You're like, let me give you a little fucking oil check real fast. Then you go to fucking get ready for town.
I gotta go to the bathroom and check the color code.
Yeah, and you get fucking specced out and come out and the color's wrong. And now you look like the asshole because you gave her a fucking lube check and you're getting triggered. And you're like, come on, babe, you want to go to my garage anyways? And she's like, no, not with your infected, oily, leaky ass.
Oh, God.
I mean, this doesn't make any sense, mate.
Oh, God. You got this all backwards, but we'll go with it. Whatever.
No, I don't. You have to have sex before you get notified. There's no way this saves you.
It doesn't prevent
the exposure.
Shit. All it's doing is letting you know you were exposed.
If you came out with a piss strip that I can carry in my wallet. And I'm like, hey, broad, pee on this fucking stick real fast and see what happens.
Okay, that's
Maybe.
different. That's different.
Right. How come we don't have those yet?
I don't know.
They got them for coke. They got them for weed. They got them for LSD. They got them for fucking baby makers.
Right.
We can't get one for this other thing?
Apparently not.
We're not tech savvy, man.
No, apparently not.
I can't even update my iPhone. So that's...
But you can lock people out of their iPads.
I could do that. That's security. Updates are not security. Updates Bill Gates just trying to get your shit.
Right.
We don't need you, Bill Gates.
Oh,
Get
God.
the fuck out of here.
So,
Listen.
I was listening to a previous episode on the way over.
Uh-oh.
And you said in that episode, very specifically...
Oh, and that's time. Say by the bell.
that you were going to read a book and we were going to make a movie.
How was the book? Did I read it?
Well, I think what you did is you pulled what you do with every single book.
Are you putting me on the spot so we have to execute this week? Is that what's happening right now?
I'm just saying you have a tendency to read like
Yeah.
4 chapters of a book and then just never finish it.
Since 7th grade.
Yeah.
It was the one where it started with. Yep.
Yeah.
Still haven't finished
So
it.
you've had the Rodriguez book now for like 2 fucking
listen,
years.
We didn't need that. When the man gives you the secret, he said in the 3rd chapter, don't fucking listen to anybody, even me. I said, all right, my man, I'll close the book.
Dude, this is fucking
He's
stupid.
a genius.
He got you to buy the book and then you never read it.
He's fucking genius. He didn't need anything past it. I'm going to make a book where it's just one fucking page. I know everyone comes up with this, but I want that book. The coffee table is just blank.
So fucking
Fucking
dumb.
right here. Who's going to carry the boats?
Right. Have you read Danger Is My Ally yet?
Yes, of course
No,
I
you
read
did.
it.
No,
I
you
did.
did. No, you
Ask
did.
me a question.
Tell me about the book.
It's scary.
No, it's not.
I read the first 2 chapters. The problem is I was a bottle deep, so I don't really remember it.
Well,
And
that's an expensive book. If you're
the
not going to read it, just
bidding-
give it fucking back to
The
me.
You know the rules about books, my friend. Books are like tools.
No, listen, the book is like, it goes to the books with
You read that book I gave you?
disappear. Yes.
You did?
Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
No, not that one. The other one. What is it called? Necromancer, the devil's book.
You
something.
never gave that to me.
Really?
Yeah. So
I should give it to you. I have it.
Nope. I don't
I'll
want
bring it to you.
That doesn't matter.
I got the
How's
soft.
that-
I got the
listen,
soft copy.
They're not even the same. They're not even the same.
Same difference. All
No.
power.
Okay.
It's all power. You're calling the spirits. Listen, you got people like Pop Tart writing us and sending us ghost box videos.
Listen.
By the way, shout out to Pop Tart, for getting all those stickers. She loved it. She put it all over her helmet. But now you got them sending us box videos and all kinds of other stuff. You're going to be hanging with the Ouija boards.
No.
It's only going to be a matter
I'll
of
do a
time
ghost
before
box.
we. It's only
Listen,
going to be
I'll
a
do a
matter of
ghost
time
box.
before we go to one of these events and one of our listeners shows up. What are you going to do then? Now that they know,
Know what?
you shouldn't have told them.
Well, you're right.
You shouldn't have told them the secrets. I told you not to
pushed-
say
You
that.
pushed the fucking issue and you've ruined it for me.
Oh, I did not.
So now I can't go to any event.
Oh, jeez.
I can't go to any events.
Listen, I'm gonna out you again. Okay. Listen, everyone saw that Joe Scally. If you're on our Patreon, go sign. If you're not on our Patreon, go sign up. And if you are, you saw the. Well, how's that word said? Empirical evidence. Is that right?
The empirical evidence
Yeah.
of what?
You being friends with Kid Rock. Okay. And now listen. Here's the thing. Now Kid Rock told me this once through text.
Through text.
Through text. I lost that phone, so I can't prove it to you. But he said, you know what the thing I like about Joe Skelly the most is he never misses the Bays Boys events. He said that.
Yeah.
He said that.
He said that about
He
me.
said that.
I'll have to
He
thank
said
him for that.
He was saying, last time when he was talking to fake MGK, he said, Joe Skelly at all these events is crazy. So, you tell Joe Skelly to go.
Now, I will
He's going to
say-
go. He's going to go. We got Comic-Con coming up this coming year. We got to go to one of those. We're looking at the Bobby Mackeys now. I think we can execute Bobby Mackeys next weekend. I think you should just...
I can't. Now, I will say this. I was watching a ghost show the other day. And this is something I meant to talk about on the Halloween episode.
Uh-oh.
So this is a show where one of the people, there's 2 investigators. One of them's a cop and one of them's a medium.
Yeah.
Dead Files.
Was one of them a little Indian guy?
No.
Oh. They have another show like that.
The one's a real cop. He's a retired New York detective.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's got a medium. And they go to a house that's allegedly haunted.
Perfect.
Right? They cover up all the pictures and everything in the house so that the medium can't, garner information from the environment to come up with a story.
Right.
They do a walk around through the house.
Wait,
at night.
is this supposed to be a real or is this an actual TV show?
This is an actual TV show.
No. I mean, is it like a written TV show or is this one of those
It's unscripted
documentary shows?
It's unscripted.
Oh, okay.
Right. She walks through the house and then she gives her impressions of the house, right?
Okay.
Then the cop shows up, interviews the family during the daytime, and then he does all the history on the property. He goes through all the court records and documents and everything about the property.
Okay.
See if anybody's died there.
All right.
What the history of the home is, right? So they show up to this house, right? And this chick's like, this thing happens here and this thing happens here, right? I've been attacked by a shadow figure. Right?
Oh,
and so the cop's like,
knows.
I've done over like 500 investigations. This is the first time I've heard that anybody was physically attacked
by a ghost.
By a shadow person.
Oh.
So this is how it starts rolling. You're like, wow, something seems a little fishy here, right? And then he goes, and then she shows him this bathroom, and there's like all this chicken scratch on the walls in different colors, like red and black.
Oh.
And it's like, I am the demon and all this other weird shit.
Perfect.
And he goes, she's like, and this is what I woke up to in my bathroom with all this written on the walls. And the cop's looking at her and he goes, you didn't write any of this fucking shit on your walls? She goes, no. He goes, do you use drugs?
Oh my.
He starts going at it, right? He's
my.
He's like, I find this hard to fucking believe.
Right.
Quote unquote, right? He's like, do you ever black out? She's like, oh, I may have blacked out.
Oh my.
And this is where the story starts to unravel, right? He's like, she's like, do you use Ouija boards in here? Do you use this and that? And she's like, well, I used to do a little Wiccan and I do a little kitchen magic. And the one thing is, like these mediums that go on these things with his guy,
right?
The rules are, if they're doing fucking magic in this place, fuck them. Pretty much. We don't want nothing to do with it, right?
Oh.
Like, fuck that shit, right?
Okay.
She's like, well, I used to do a little kitchen magic. I used to be doing Ouija or a Wiccan. And he was like, I don't know if I can even get my partner to come into this house.
Oh.
He goes, this whole thing may be over with. You don't do it anymore, do you? Oh, I don't do it anymore. He goes, listen, if we don't fucking believe you, we're leaving. Oh. Like, he started to get a little pissed, right? So they moved to another room. And he's sitting on the couch. There's a coffee table between them, and she's sitting in a chair facing each other and talking. He's like, have you had problems with spirits before? She goes, yeah, one time when I was 13, I was possessed.
Oh.
And he's like, giving her that scrunched up, like, what the fuck did you just say? And she goes, yeah, and my dad wrote a book about it. And she picks the book up off the coffee table and shows it to him. And he's like, what? She was like, why are we here? She was like, well, I was hoping you could figure out what's going on in my house and I could write a book about it. Oh. And from that point on, for the rest of the show, that fucker went downhill. They just straight dogged her the rest of the show.
Wow. What show is this?
This is called The Dead Files.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah. And the cop's like,
he's a New York cop, huh?
Yeah, he's a New York cop. He's
what
like,
did he do as a cop?
He was a homicide detective.
Oh, homicide. Yeah, you said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And they just like dogged her. And the medium's like, everything that's fucked up in this house is because somebody was practicing incorrect magic.
Oh.
And they just kept going on and on and on. It was funny. It made me laugh because it's the first time I've ever seen any investigators turn on the people that were being investigated.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, I think we should shoot for the Bobby Mackey surprise visit. I think we could do it midweek, Wednesday.
Oh, midweek Wednesday. I'll get right on that.
It'll be perfect.
Let me check if my job's okay with that.
Call Pop-Tart, Kenobi, and the Weasels. We'll get them down there.
Okay.
The basement weasels are in motion.
Okay.
Do you want to see what they can do? Listen, what does it matter anymore? Why do they come? They come here so you can tell them the most fucked up shit about their lives.
I don't tell anybody fucked up shit
fucked
about
up
anybody's
shit they
life.
didn't even know.
Well, I might do that, but I don't tell them about their lives.
Oh, they know.
I don't tell anybody about their lives.
Many of our listeners have been writing in and saying that you've become somewhat of a therapist, even. Bringing them relief from the Daddy Elon Lex Luthor rays.
Oh, my. it's funny that you've turned your back on Daddy Elon.
Oh, I haven't turned my back on Daddy Elon.
No, you talk a lot of smack.
Oh, I haven't turned my back on Daddy Elon. I'm just waiting for the hero.
You used to be on the Daddy Elon train.
Oh, I'm on the Daddy Elon train. But let's just face facts.
As you give me the crazy eyes.
Let's just remember that we might be on the wrong side. Could be. If Spider-Man starts showing up or swinging through the streets of Cleveland.
Yeah, I don't think we're on the wrong side.
Well, you never know. Listen, write the show. What is this?
It's just a quick text.
Oh.
It's just a quick, hey, this is a shout out to Pony Boy. If you're listening, or you might listen to this after whatever's taking place. My heart goes out to you. And yes, that's awful. That is an awful experience.
Yeah.
Best of luck, my man.
Subscribe, share this horribleness with your parents and your children, and all your flatmates and everything else.
Thank you for writing in.
Yes, thank you for writing in.
Like, subscribe, click on the bells, give us a 5-star rating, write us a review, help us beat the fucking algorithms.
We're concerned for mental health, so
and write that goddamn platform,
Ghosts,
Pandora's or whatever the fuck that is.
They're gonna shut down. We shut down Stitcher already. We'll shut down Pandora's soon. 97 seconds of all the things you want.